are going to discuss something called as pipeline. Have we done anything practically on pipeline?
Yes, sir.
Have we done?
Yes, I have done, sir. Pipeline, declarative pipeline.
No. I'm saying that like have I explained to you that pipeline concept?
No, sir, not at.
Never said. So I'm
No, sir.
asking like this, like
No,
have I
sir.
explained you or not? So
No,
let's
no.
go to something called as pipeline concept. So let me open the pipeline for you. Okay, like while I'm explaining, please try to hold for mute all of yourself, so it will be like easy for other guys as well. So let's discuss something about called pipeline. So Jenkins pipeline is a combination of plugins that support integration and implementation of continuous delivery pipeline. So all this you need not to remember. You can simply remember the set. What is the meaning of Jenkins pipeline? SSPs. Step-by-step execution of a particular process, right? You can also tell like that, or also you can also give an example like this. A pipeline is a group of events interlinked with each other in a sequence. So that means it is saying that like pipeline is something which consists of some group of events. Like for example, if you are on stage one, this stage one will consist of some n number of groups. If you are on stage two, this stage two will consist of some again some n number of groups. Okay. So you can divide your work on stages. For example, let me tell you in this way. I have to create a file and I have to create a folder as well. Okay. So all these are called as steps that we need to execute. So on pipeline, all these are going to execute on a single term called as stage. What it is? What it is?
Stage.
Stage. So on a stage, you can perform. You can perform the steps that you want to execute like this. So see, this is the simple definition of a pipeline, as we can say. Okay. So now here we are going to discuss something about called as Jenkins file. Guys, remember this will be your interview question. Definitely they are going to ask you like this: what is the meaning of Jenkins file? Okay. The Jenkins pipeline can be defined using a text file called Jenkins file. So if you write something on Jenkins pipeline, okay, and you convert that pipeline into like a textual format, that will be called as Jenkins file. So that means what are the pipelines that you are working, right? So everything will be your called as Jenkins file. You can implement pipeline as a code using Jenkins by using the following domain specific language. Like you can use something language called as DSL, domain specific language. With a Jenkins file, you can write the steps you need to run for the Jenkins pipeline. Okay. So what it is saying is Jenkins pipeline. What are the pipeline that you are going to write? If you write the same code on a file, then it is called as Jenkins file. Simply one word answer. You can say that. Okay. Next, like we are having some n number of benefits for this Jenkins files. So what those are benefits is you create pipeline automatically for all branches and execute pull requests with just a single Jenkins file. So it is saying that if you are using Jenkins file, so you are able to create all the pipelines automatically for each and every branches. And the second advantage is you can review your Jenkins code, like what are the Jenkins code that you have written, right? So you can easily review it, and you also you can audit it. Like auditing means like we can verify whether the syntax is correct or not, whether the logic that we have written is correct or not. Like we can audit it. And this is the singular source of pipeline that can be modified by multiple users. So it is saying that once you write a Jenkins file, it is saying that n number of users can modify it easily. There is an option to modify the pipeline as you want. So again, I am saying that Jenkins pipeline is nothing but what it is, as I said before.
Interlinked
Meaning
with each other.
Hmm. So it is a group of steps interlinked with each other. Like guys, you can repeat. Okay, like I am telling the things right. You can repeat as we have done on offline as well. Okay. So
Yes.
what is the meaning of Jenkins pipeline?
A sequence with interlinked with each other.
Yeah, it is a
Events.
group of events that is interlinked with each other. And what is the meaning of Jenkins file? If we write
It
the
is.
Jenkins pipeline on a textual format, then it is called as Jenkins file. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
And These are the benefits of Jenkins file. So first n number of users can easily modify this Jenkins pipeline file. Jenkins file. Okay. Next, coming to this pipeline files, like there are two types of major pipelines. This will be your interview question. Like they will ask you, how many types of pipelines are we going to use on real time? So on real time, there are only two types of pipelines. First one is declarative pipeline, and second one is scripted pipeline. Okay, so the pipelines are classified into two types. First one is declarative pipeline, and second one is scripted pipeline. Okay. The declarative pipeline syntax offer an easy way to create pipelines. It consists a predefined hierarchy to create Jenkins pipeline. It gives you the availability to control all aspects of a pipeline execution in simple, straightforward manner. Like all this is not required for you. But just for your like understanding, I am reading this, but all these are not required for you. If someone asks you what is declarative pipeline, you can simply say that it is the way of creating pipeline. Here we can define the stages. What you can define on the script, declarative guys?
Stages.
But if you go to the scripted, the difference is you cannot define stages. You can define only stage. Okay. If you see the declarative, you can define the n number of stages. But if you see the scripted, you can only define single stage. Let me show you like what is the difference between these two. So let me open something and type here. Scripted versus declarative. Yeah, here it is. If you observe this diagram carefully, if you observe this one carefully, see. On declarative, we are able to see the stages, right? On declarative pipeline. Stages. Under stages, what we are seeing under stages. We are seeing under stages. Stage, which first of all, let me give you a clarity. Like, are you able to read the alphabets? Anyone here?
Within another stage in declarative, but
People are there in the class, but I think like just only one of them are responding. I don't know why it is. If you don't want like interactive type of classes, then I can directly tell all the concepts. Okay, it will be much better for you as well.
No, sir.
Then respond while I'm asking. It will be helpful for you now.
okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, but make ensure that like there is no disturbance from you and like while you are speaking, like make ensure that no one is surrounding with you, like any disturbances. Okay, if you are surrounding with some disturbances, like then don't unmute. Okay, so one more time explaining. So coming to the pipeline, what is the meaning of pipeline?
A group of events interlinked with sequence.
Okay, so what is Jenkins file?
A text file list.
What are the pipelines that we are writing? If we are able to convert into textual format, then it is called as Jenkins.
Jenkins file.
Coming to the pipeline, how many types of pipeline do we have?
Two types of files.
What are those two types?
Declarative and scripted.
Declarative and scripted. If we observe this, while we are comparing declarative with scripted, declarative consists of stages, but scripted consists of stages or not.
Stage.
It is not consisting of stages. It will directly consist of
Yes.
stages only. That's the major
Stage.
difference between them. Okay. So let's try
Okay.
to work on these things. Let me create a simple pipeline for you. And before you can create a pipeline, you need to make something from your end. Like, no, it's from Navin, I think so. So Hemanta Navin, like we are getting some noise from you. Like making sure that you are on a safe place. Okay. So if you want to understand the pipeline concept, you need to know something called these things: node, stage, step, all these things. So pipeline anyway, like theoretically we have covered the meaning of pipeline.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this node is something which defines, for example, I have three nodes. This is node 1, this is my node 2, and this is my node 3. So this node is the thing that is responsible for this pipeline to be executed on which node. Okay. If I give this, for example, this is node number 1, this is node 2, and this is node 3. These are the names of the nodes. Let's assume. If I give node comma node 1, then this pipeline is going to directly execute on node 1. If I give node space N2, then this pipeline is directly going to execute where?
N2.
N2. If I give node space N3, then this pipeline will go and execute where?
Node 3.
Node 3. So node is nothing but like the pipeline where you want to execute. You can declare here. The mission on which Jenkins run is called as node. A node block is mainly used in scripted pipeline syntax. So remember this one. While you are observing, if you see anything here, like previously I have shown you, let me show you one more time. If you observe this diagram, are you seeing node or declarative?
No, sir.
No, you are seeing something called as agent. What you are seeing?
Agent.
Agent. Okay.
Agent.
So the first difference is among scripted and declarative is scripted consists of node, but declarative consists of agent.
Agent.
And second thing is on scripted we don't have stages, but on declarative we have stages.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So these are the two major differences. Okay. Next one. So node is done, and after that we need to go for some other component called as this one, stage. So stage is something here you can generate a series of steps. See, a stage block consists a series of steps in a pipeline that is build, test, and deploy process all together comes on a stage. Generally, a stage block is used to visualize the Jenkins pipeline process. So simply we can say that like stage is nothing but if you want to declare, if you want to do some n number of operations, okay. If you want to do some n number of operations, or if you want to execute some n number of steps together, where you can execute
Stages.
in stages. Okay, like stages consist of and second one is scripted pipeline and step. Step is so the first one is the declarative pipeline syntax offer an easy way to create pipelines. It consists of predefined hierarchy to create Jenkins does not consist of it uses the availability to control all aspects of the pipeline execution, simple straightforward. And coming to the length of the code, if you observe scripted and declarative, just for your like understanding, I am reading this, but all these are not required for you. If someone asks you what is declarative, okay. So like there are some components we need to like understand. First of all, like this one. Pipeline we all know. And what is the meaning of node?
The
Missions.
Mission is done on your like Jenkins is called as node guys. By default, we can able to give node for only scripted. Does declarative can we able to give the node for declarative?
No.
No.
Sorry.
Declarative we are only able to give agent.
Pipeline.
No, agent there we can give. Okay. Next stage. Stage is nothing but here you have some n number of steps equally. So you can perform some n number of steps. And step is nothing but executing a simple task. For example, if you want to create a file, then you can give simply a step called touch file one. If you want to create a directory, then you can simply give a step called mkdir directory one like this. So this is all your theoretical stuff only. Now let's try to do this on practical way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new EC2 instance for you and
Before-
install Jenkins on it. You know how
Hi sir, I have one question regarding about node.
okay.
Yes, you said right. So we have node 1, node 1, node 1, node 2, node 3, right? So so wherever is the Jenkins is done, so where we have to going to decide that so which node we are going to run in the Jenkins.
Okay. So I keep it like I'm proceeding without a keeper as of now. Or else let me try to create a new keeper like mslib. I have this keeper with me, mslib and launch instance. And we need to enable which one? Like security group. Which security group we need to enable? For Jenkins, we have created a separate security group, right? What is the port number for Jenkins?
8080.
8080 your default port number.
Default port number.
Okay. So Jenkins is up and running. Like it will take some time to up and running. Like in the meanwhile, we need to install Jenkins. So first of all, how many steps we are having? 3 steps. 3 steps. 3 steps. What is step number one? Step number one. Repository we need to take. So go to Jenkins.io, go for the download, centralized Fedora output, and like copy all these things. Okay. Copy it from here. Click here and connect. So the first step is going to be your like connecting of your repository only. So sudo space -n and I am going to connect this repository. So the repo is with me. And second step is what is the
Install packages.
what are the packages we need to install?
Java,
Java, Jenkins.
Maven, Git.
Okay, Git, Jenkins, Maven, and Java. So yum install Git, Maven, Jenkins, and Java. So once installation is done, what is the third step we need to do?
Start Jenkins.
Jenkins.
Start and checking of status.
So how to do that?
System CTL start
System CTL.
dot service.
Hmm. So give the command as system ctl start. Start Jenkins. So remember guys, like this pipeline concept is your very like important concept when you are going to work as well as when you are going for interview as well. Okay. Like try to practice more and more on this. I will use some assignment like not today, like tomorrow. Tomorrow, like we will completely do end this master slave concept as well as with Jenkins. So I will use some test cases like how to do it. And I'm going to see the status. So status is up and running. So to connect it, I'm going to copy the public IP address and paste it over here. 8080 is my port number. So we have some password here. So give the command as cat/var lib Jenkins secrets initial admin password. I am copying it from here and pasting it over here. Install suggested plugins. So it is asking me some user password, so I'm giving it as some usernames. So I'm saving it. Save password, save and finish. Okay, so now we are going to create pipeline. So first of all, create new item. Like here, give something as pipeline one. Okay, and select pipeline here, not freestyle qualities. Like what are the things that we have done is up to now is completely freestyle only. So now I am selecting pipeline. Click on OK. So it will show me like this. So by default, we don't have any script to run. So we need to generate some pipeline script. So first of all, how many types of pipeline we have?
2 types of pipeline scripts.
What are those?
Descriptive and
Script.
Scripted and declarative, right? So first of all, I am going to show you scripted one. So the scripted one is like node, brace open, and after that directly give stage. So as I said before, on stage we can give some n number of steps. So give the stage name first, stage one. If I want to execute some n number of steps, here you can execute the n number of steps as you want. For example, I want to create a file here. So what is the command to create a file? Touch file one.
touch
But the
file.
thing is, it is not going to work for you. It is not going to work for you because this is not the exactly the pipeline syntax. So the pipeline syntax is something different from normal one. So you can ask me, sir, how to generate some pipeline syntax. Okay. Are you seeing the pipeline syntax here on blue symbol?
Yes, sir.
Click here once and click on this drop down box. Here you can see the syntaxes. So we are executing shell, right? So go to the bottom, you will find something as shell script. This one only we are executing, right? So click on it. So what is the command you need to perform here?
Touch file.
And generate pipelines. If you click here, the syntax is automatically generated. Okay. So like you can ask me, sir, this we can do directly now, but why you have shown it? I mean, why you have shown this? For a script, it is easy, guys. But for example, on later part, if you want to install, if you want to integrate some ant jobs, you definitely need to install something called as ant. Or if you want to work with Gradle, do we know how to create this Gradle script? We don't know. So from here we can take it. If you want to integrate it with Jenkins, we don't know how to write a script for it. So it is directly we can get it from here. So for all these stuff, we are using pipeline script. So come to your original dashboard, click here and paste it here. So now you understand what we have done, right? First one is node and second one is stage. What is our stage name? You can also on stage another way. Like before going to that, let me explain what we have done. Started by user, which user we have started? By using this user. Okay. So like we have started this running on node, like initial master node. So it is running on which one? Var lib Jenkins, workspace, and pipeline. So this is the stage one. Okay. On stage one, what we have done? We have created a file. What is the file name here?
File one.
File
Stage.
one. And it is showing that this stage is ended. Okay. Because we don't have any steps to perform here, and it is the end of node as well. And lastly, it is showing the end of pipeline. Like this. Like this is not going to be checking the perfect way. You can do it some other way also. Let me explain this as well. Go to the pipeline. If you click on here, what you are able to see here? Log. So click on logs once. Are we able to see what we have done there?
Yes, sir.
What we have done so far there?
We create a file.
File one created by.
You have created a file one. Okay. So on how many number of stages we have done this activity?
One stage.
Only one time.
On one stage, we have executed one command. Okay, I mean one step. This is the stage, and this is called as no step. This is called a step.
Step.
Inside stages, what you are going to do is on the list.
That's fine.
So if I want to create a directory, what will be the command for it?
MKDA.
Yeah.
MKDA.
MKDA, right? So ikkada give sh and give single quotes MKDA. I am giving the directory name as dir1. So this is called as your multi-step performance on single stage. Here we are giving multiple steps, right? On how many number of stages?
Single
stage.
Single stage. So save here and click on build. So if you click here now, how many number of steps are you able to see?
2 steps.
On how many number of stages?
1 stage.
One stage. So place the cursor here and go for the logs. You are able to see 2 steps, right? This is step number 1 and step number 2. So step number 1 is nothing but creating your file. If you click on drop down here, What did it show you? So the file one is created. And what is the estimated time for it?
29.
291
millisecond.
And step number 2 is directory creation, and it is taken the same time as well. So these are the like multi steps on a single stage. Now what we are going to do is we are going to run some multi-stage jobs, I mean multi-stage pipelines. So multi-stage pipeline means how many number of stages we need to give?
Two stages.
At least multi means like we need to give for two. So here I am going to create a new stage. How we can do it? Click on enter, new stage, and
Stage
stage
two.
number you can do stage
Stage 2.
and press open here, and you can use something called as sh touch. Guys, remember you can give on single quotes or double quotes. You have the option for both. Touch file two. Here I am going to create file two. Okay, and I am going to create mkdir
Directory 2.
directory 2. And here I am going to replace directory 1 because as you see before, like the directory 1 is already there. If we go here, like for the same space, let me
Can
show
we give any name for stage 2?
you can as you wish. You can give your name as well. Okay. Sudo space hyphen cd/var lib Jenkins workspace and pipeline. So here, if you already seeing there is directory, right? So we are not able to give the same directory name for here. So I am giving this directory 1 here. If you see this one, how many number of stages we have totally?
2.
Two stages.
And total number of steps in these 2 stages?
4.
Two steps. Four steps.
For total number of 4, 2 on stage 1 and 2 on
Stage 2. Total 4 steps.
okay. So if you try to execute, let's try to do this. Save.
Sorry, MKDIR.
Sorry.
MDKIR.
Okay. Spelling mistake. Huh? Okay. MKDA. Got it. So if we give bill now, see what are the stages that happen and what are the steps that I have performed. How I can see it?
Content of
Yeah. So directly go here
Click
and
on right.
click on logs.
log.
Are we able to see on stage 1 how many steps we have performed?
Two steps.
2 steps. One is creation of file and one is creation of directory. And if you go further, like if you want to go to stage 2, first of all, you need to click X here. Close this and click here logs. On stage 2, how many steps you have performed?
2 steps. 2 steps.
So this is the way of doing it. Is it clear for all of you? How
Clear.
to stage and how to perform some steps on it, right? Is it clear for all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we are going to discuss the same concept on declarative. Okay, declarative. So let me remove all of the stages and give just simple one. Like if you want to create a file by using scripted, how many number of lines you have taken? Total number of lines. 6 lines you have taken. Okay, now I am going to do the declarative. Scripted part is done, it is very clear. And if when you are working on the declarative part, you need to give some other thing. Pipeline, next agent, any. And after that, we need to declare stages.
Stage.
So inside stages, we need to give something called a stage.
Step.
So stage name I am going to give it as stage 1. Okay. Inside this, you can perform steps. So here you can give it as stage, touch, file tree. Okay. I am giving it as file tree. So this is nothing but your declarative pipeline. On declarative pipeline, you have some n number of stages. So how many stages we are now? Stage 1.
Stage 1.
Steps we are performing?
1 step.
1 step. So just click on save and click on bill. See what will happen. If we go and place a cursor here, click on logs. Is the file created?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But our thing is here we need to mainly concern about this one. What it is? if you see the length of the code, the scripted is 6 lines, but the declarative is
11 lines.
almost 11 lines. So which one is better to use, scripted or declarative?
Scripted.
Scripted.
Because like we have some length of code is less, but the thing is on real time we majorly use like declarative only because it is used for built-in node only, but we need to work on some agents, right? So declarative is also mainly from real time. So if I want to create stage 2 and create a directory, how I can do it? I want to create stage 2.
Stage and in bracket stage 2.
Sorry.
Stages, then stage 2.
Stage
Okay.
2.
So here click on enter
Stage.
and do stages.
Stage.
Stages, stage
And
2.
Stage
stage
2.
2 normal bracket.
Click enter and
Step,
here you can give
Steps.
step,
Steps.
steps.
open bracket,
Again open bracket here.
then
Enter.
sh,
Message.
Hatch file 4.
That's
Enter
right.
Enter.
enter here.
enter here, whatever it will be.
Enter
Get
here.
here. Directory 3.
Enter.
If we click save and build now.
Build
So
now.
we are going to see the multi stages now. If you go for the build number 4, see. Go for the build number 4, we are able to see stage 1, right?
Yes.
Stage 2 is not there. But if you go for the bill number 5, we have 2 stages, but it is failed. Can anyone know what might be the reason for failure of it?
You have included stage 2 as part of stage 1, right? So
Yeah. So exactly
Syntax.
go for this console output and check what it is showing. It is showing that unknown stage selection like stage starting with this one. So on line 4, we are having some error. Let's go for the line 4 and check for the column line, what it is showing for us. So go for the pipeline, go for the configuration part, get back to here. So let's see what is showing to us. So line number 4. On line number 4, what it is showing? What it is showing to us? Line number anything like inappropriate. If you are saying this, we are having some double braces here.
Yes, sir.
So that means it is showing that like it is syntax error. Okay. Let's try to format a proper syntax. How it can be done is like let me try to remove all of this. Like I'm giving Control Z. I'm defining everything from the scratch. So pipeline, brace open, agent,
Any
after this we need to do
stages,
stages.
after that
Stage.
stage. So on stage we need to use stage 1.
stage,
Okay. So on stage 1 we can directly give the brace here as well. On stage 1 we can give
step,
steps. On steps we can give it as
file name,
touch file.
touch file,
Okay. If you want to do the same stage, come to here. If you are able to see here, this stage is related to this bracket. So it is the end of this stage. We need to start another more stage from this next line. Click here and give the stage. What is the stage name?
Stage 2.
Stage 2.
Stage 2. And give the brace here. Again, under stage we need to give
steps,
steps. Under steps we can give
sh,
you want to execute. sh
directory file name.
mkdir directory 4 I'm giving. So this is the way of doing on multi stages. Is it clear for you how to do the multi stages for you?
Yes, sir.
So click on save.
Can I bring git details here?
Yeah, we can do everything like that. That will be your next part. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the stage 1. If you go for click and it logs, the stage 1 consists of one single shell script. And if you go for the stage 2, it will also consist of one single shell script like this. Is it clear for all of you what we have done so far?
Yes, sir.
Clear,
Can
Now we
we
are going to do something called as multi-step execution. Okay. So the thing is, we have seen the multi-stage execution, right? So this is the multi-stage. Like this means you are having some n number of stages. Let me try to add some more stage for you for better understanding. If I want to add stage 3, where I need to add the stage 3 on which line from my chart?
from 14,
From 14 you can start, right? So click on 13 and give enter. It will start from 14. So can you tell me the syntax for it?
Stage. Stage.
Hmm?
In bracket stage 3.
Stage three.
Open braces.
Curly brace.
Curly brace.
Steps.
Steps.
Open
Curly
bracket.
brace.
Bracket.
SS.
File 1.
Message. Like I am giving CMS. Like I want to see the CPU information. What will be the command to see the CPU information?
Cat proc CPU info.
Add slash proc slash CPU info.
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 On save and build up. Now you are able to see the stage 3. So on seeing it, like it is showing something error. What will be the error?
Syntax error.
Dex error.
Again.
Can
Again.
anyone tell me without seeing the console output what will be the error?
Maybe
We
shell
need to
script.
give another curly brackets.
No, that is not the
Unknown.
no. Okay. The main thing is here, previously we have created something called as directory 4. And again we are creating directory 4. So it is what happened. Just remove the 4 here and click, give the 5 here. If you try to execute now, it will execute. See. Is it executed or not?
Yes.
Sir.
That's the only difference. Okay. If you are able to see how many number of stages are we able to see here now?
3.
Three.
So if you want to see, like go for the logs. So stage 1 consists of some script. Stage 2 consists of directory 4. I mean directory 4.
Five.
And stage 3 consists of
System info. Cat command.
CPU
info.
info. Are we able to see the CPU info now?
Yes, sir.
So this is the way to do it. Is it clear how to work with the multi stages? Everyone.
Clear, sir.
Okay then. So we have worked with multiple stages. Okay, and as well as we have worked with multiple steps as well. So let's try to delete these 2 stages. Like I want to make work with a single stage as of now. Okay. So now if I want to work with some multiple commands, how I can work is use the touch file 6 list. What is the command to the user message?
Cat etc password.
Cat slash etc
Slash passwd.
So how many number of stages do I have now?
On stage.
And on one stage, how many number of steps I am performing?
3 steps.
So let's try to execute the same thing. Click on build now. You will able to see the stage number 1 only with some 3 steps. If you click here, go for the logs. How many number of steps are there?
3 steps.
3 steps.
What is the step number 1 consisting of?
Create file. File name.
File 6. Are we able to see the file 6?
Yes, sir.
What is the step number 2 consist of?
Memory.
Memory info.
Cat command info.
Are we able to see the memory info?
Yes, sir.
And step number 3 consists of?
User list.
Are we able to see the user list?
Yes, sir.
So that means we can work on multiple stages. Okay. As well as we can work on multiple steps on single stage. Is it clear for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now what I am going to do is I am having some issue with it. For example, if I want to execute some 10 commands. So for every command we need to give SH, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But I don't want to give it. It's a long process, Mari. So then you can ask me, sir, how to do that. So we can do it on a single way. Just remove all this from here. Okay. Remove all these dots and SH. I'm removing like all this and SH. So hit enter here. Here you can form a syntax like this. SH, 3 single quotes. Open as well as at the end 3 single quotes close. Okay. Click on save and go for the build. Is it able to see the same output or different output?
Same output.
Output.
The number 10 is done. If we go for here, are we able to see the same output or single different output? Same output. No?
Different output, sir. At a time, three steps are we can see the visible.
Yes.
We are able to see 3 steps at a time.
Yeah. So if you see here, like all these are shell scripts. So the file 6 is on same one, memory information on same list, and user information on same list. But if you go for this previous build, 9th build, it is showing how many number of steps here?
3. Individual. Yes, sir.
So
Individual.
those are individual steps, and these are integrated steps. This stage step. Is it clear? Like what we have done?
Yes,
We
sir.
give both for both.
So that's the only difference. Like we can do it on individual way as well as we can do it on integrated way. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is what we call as pipeline as a code. What we can call it as
Pipeline.
pipeline as a code. Okay.
Yes, sir. Pipeline.
Let's go back to our presentation. Like our presentation part, like we have completed a few topics. Let's go back to it. So this is the pipeline concept. See, this is the pipeline concept. We have two types, scripted and declarative. So multi-stage pipeline is done, right? We have given the multiple stages. Is it done?
Yes, sir.
And
Sir.
after the pipeline as a code, we have also done this. Like we have on a single stage, we have executed some multiple number of commands. This one is also done, right? Pipeline as a code.
Done, sir.
Yes, sir.
And multiple commands over a single line. This one is also just we have done now.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
So now we are going to discuss environment variables. We have discussed some environment variables, right, on previous classes.
Yes, sir.
So the same concept is going to apply here. Okay, you can apply the same concept here. So now I'm going to do the same one here. Like simply instead of like typing all these things, like what I can do is I can do copy paste here because if I want to type all these things, it will take some time from me. So I'm copying the code from here and going for the configuration part, and I'm going to change this here. So Control A and Control V. So it is saying that like pipeline, agent, stages, all these things are different. And what is our stage name here? Environment. On step, it is asking me to build what it is asking to me build.
Build ID.
Build ID. So that means it is going to build our build number. Okay. So this is your Jenkins default variable, as you remember on our last class. So click on save. What is the current build number here?
10.
If you click on build now, what is the output that we are going to get?
11.
So 11. So if you are able to see,
Yes,
what
sir.
number of stages are we seeing now? So on the same thing, now if I want to add something called as job name, how I can do it? Just give message, go, double quotes, and under double quotes dollar, what we need to give? Job underscore name. So that means it is also going to be build a like job name. So click on save, go for build now.
Build number.
What is showing to me?
Curly brace closure, sir.
Syntax.
So go for the pipeline. Like if you observe the syntax that I have given here, I have
Line
missed some
number 8.
intentionally. What I have missed intentionally here? If you see here, like is this bracket closed?
No.
So that means it is not a valid syntax. So for that reason, it is not successful. So go for save now and you build now. Is it done now?
Yes, sir.
If you go for the logs, it is able to build the job name as well. What is my job name here? What's our job name?
Pipeline.
Pipeline. So if we click here, are we able to see the pipeline now?
Pipeline.
So this is the way of executing your default variables. Okay. Like one more time I'm explaining, if you talk about the environment variables on Jenkins, we have only two types. First one is Jenkins predefined variables. Second one is user defined variables. On user defined variables, if you classify how many types we have? Two types. One is local variable and second one is global variables. Okay. So again I'm telling environment variables are classified into how many types?
Two types.
One is Jenkins variables and second one is
User defined.
and again user defined. How many types we are classifying it?
Two types.
What are those?
Local.
Global.
Global.
Okay. So this part we have covered there, but again I am like explaining here as well. So let's go to the another topic. So the next topic is like if we can see. So these are the environment variables. Like we have seen the Jenkins like default variables. Now we are going with the environment variables. So on here we have specified something called as environment. What is the name that we have given here? Raham. And if I try to execute this one, what will be the output that I am getting? Can anyone tell me by seeing this?
Echo Raham. Your name.
Okay, it will print my name. And one more thing, it will print my
ID. Bill ID.
okay. So now let's try to execute this one. So I am going back to my console or Jenkins console, configuration part. I am removing all of this. Or else like you can add here like environment, you can add some separate tag. Okay, instead of doing that, like I am going to give environment, I am going to give a tag. And here name is equal to, I am giving it as and location. I am giving it as at location LOC is equal to, I am giving it as Hyderabad.
HY. HY.
So if we go here, like we have given environment tag and we have given as well as if we go here, what we need to give? Which one we need to print from here?
Name.
Name. So go for here, like this one is done. Here I am giving like I need to print sh echo. I need to print like this type. The username is what I need to give here?
Name.
Name.
Dollar name. Curly brace
Dollar
open,
name.
brace close. In this middle, I need to give something called as name. And again, like if I want to give the user location, what will be the thing I need to perform? Just copy this
Search echo.
Echo the location name.
message echo, like double quotes open, double quotes close. Here the user is from
User.
Dollar loc.
dollar
Loc.
LOC. Okay. If you try to execute this one, save, it is going to print me all these things. Bill now. And if you observe carefully, so bill number 14 is done. Click here, go for the logs. So the username is by using pipeline. Okay. So on pipeline, we have seen the default like environment variables as well as local environment variables. And what is the other thing we need to do? Lastly, local is done, default is
Next global.
done is global.
Global.
So to set up global, what we need to do first? What we need to do?
Environment will
So go for like this. I think you have forgot this one, but I'm saving this one initially. Go for manage Jenkins.
The
configuration system.
Configuration.
Configuration system.
Next, Bemuka. This is not Bemuka, guys. Okay. If you scroll down a bit, it will show you something called as environment variables. Use the add up list and name it as like I'm giving client. And value is Zomato.
Zomato.
Okay. So click on save. Go for the same pipeline. Click on configure. And just tell me one thing. Do I need to execute this on same stage or do I need to, I can execute anywhere I want, this global?
Anywhere you want.
Anyway, so for this purpose, I am giving it as stage 2. Stage it as like I am giving global or else global. Okay. So if I want to print this client name, I need to give something called as like use stage. Wait a second. So here after stage, what we need to give?
steps.
Echo. Steps.
SH single quote echo
Echo.
double this one open. The user is working for
Dollar.
dollar
Client.
client. Okay. So click on save. If you build now, how many stages you will get now?
2 stages.
So first one is environment, second one is global. If you go for the logs on global, it will show me the client name. What is my client name?
Zomato.
Am I able to do Zomato now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is the way of doing it. So we have covered this one on variables concept on this part. What is this? on a freestyle as well as pipeline, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we have some other things called as pre-post things. Like you all are familiar with this one, right? Parameters.
Yes, sir.
Choice
Choice,
parameter, file parameter. So the same thing is going to be happen on like this one, like pipeline as a core parameters. Like if you do the things on like this freestyle or pipeline, the thing is going to be same. String means string. Okay. Like boolean means boolean as well as like file means file, choice is choice. Like no matter where you are going to do, the thing is same. So like do we need to cover or do we need to skip for this part? Like anyway, it is going to be same. If you want me to cover, we can cover. Or else like we can go for some other advanced topics.
Go ahead.
Like let me cover this for your satisfaction. I'm going to copy the whole code from here. And like again, this all this is not required for you guys. Like environment you can ignore as well as parameters you can ignore. We need just the parameters to be enabled. If you go for the pipeline, it is showing me the build now option only, right?
yes, sir. Build up.
So go for the
Configure.
configuration part. Okay, remove all this. I'm going to remove all this and paste it over here. Like I don't require environment as well here. Okay, but for I'm just letting it. So parameters, if you talk about the parameter, what type of parameter it is?
String.
On string parameter, how many values we are passing?
3.
First one is name,
Okay.
second one is default value. Remember guys, on default value, we must be capital. Okay? And what is the description here?
How are you?
How are you? If you click on save now, like defaultly we need to see the build with parameters. But are we seeing the build with parameters now?
Mm,
Are we seeing the build with parameters?
no, sir.
So it will not show defaultly. First of all, you need to build it once. After building first time, it will show me the parameters on second step. So 16 is done. Now let's try to refresh this once. You will see that if we click on build with parameters. Now initially it haven't shown me the parameters, but it will show me the parameters now. We are showing the parameters or not?
Yes, sir.
So the name we have
Yes,
given as person. Name we have given as person and description what we have given.
How are you?
How are you? And the default values I have given it as Rahamshek. If I want to copy this default value to my title, click on build. It is going to be the build. Okay. So it will take some time. Let's wait for it. So go for the logs. It has executed my shell script. Remember, guys, like these shell scripts are not really necessary for it. For just information purpose, I am leaving it as. If you talk about this person, what it is showing to me?
Narration.
Naresh ID. Because I have given the user input as. Because the user input that I have given is user input. What I have given?
Default.
Naresh ID. And name it is asking me. So name it will print as like this. A second. So go for the pipeline. Yeah. Logs. And name it is giving me Raham. So where this Raham is configured?
Name.
If you go for the configuration part, I have enabled something called as environment variables. So environment variables it is taking me the name. So first of all, it is asking me to print. What is asking me to print? Name. What is the name here?
Raham.
Raham. And second one, it is asking me to print the person. What is the person that I have given there?
Naresh ID.
Narration.
So it is going to print the narration. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is your string parameter, guys. Okay, again, like I am telling that this is already covered on the freestyle, but I am also telling you pipeline as well. Okay. So we are going to cover pipeline as a core parameters called as Boolean parameter. So what is the meaning of Boolean?
True or false?
True or false. Like no matter it is, we need to give the true or false only. So I am going to copy this single line from here and I am removing the string parameter here. Just remove the string parameter here and paste the Boolean. So now I am going to give the Boolean parameter. What is the name here?
Male.
Male. And the default value?
True.
And description I am not giving anything. Just give save here. And initially it won't show me all the Boolean parameters. First of all, we need to give it build with parameters now. Just to build this one. Previous build we need to build. And after that it will show me the new parameters for me. So if we go for the built parameters, is it going to show me the string or boolean now?
Boolean.
So go with boolean parameters. What it is showing me?
Mail.
Name.
Just give build now. It is going to the build the boolean parameter. Go for the logs and check the logs if you want. So go for the logs. It is going to show me the name. What is the name?
Raham.
Where these names come from? Environment variable.
Environment.
And what is it? I haven't given any name here, so it is not going to show anything here. Guys, mute yourself. Okay. So this is your Boolean parameter. And like one more thing is we are going to perform something called as choice parameter. Okay. Choice parameter we all know. Very good. So this is your choice parameter. So I'm going to give these three choices only. Like instead of copying all these things, I'm going to copy this single line. So I'm going to remove this one. Boolean parameter and I'm going to do this choice parameter. So on choice parameter, it will give me the three choices. What are the three choices?
ABC.
ABC. And it name it will give it as server and you can have three options like it is A, B, and C. So click on save, build with parameters. Initially it will come with like Boolean parameter and after second time it will come with choice parameter. You wait a second. This is fake. Go to console output. Okay, there is something here. Under 17th line, it is missing some unexpected token. Okay. Go to configuration part and go to the 17th line. So here it is missing something. Let me check it out what it is. Choice name, choices, parameters. Okay. Let me so initially we have some extra parameter. Now it will not go. Build with parameters. Build. It will be successful now. Okay. So if you go for the build with parameters, are we able to say choice parameter or not now?
Yes, sir. We can.
Give the build with parameters. Are we seeing the choice or not?
Yes, sir. A, B, C.
A, B, C. So this is a way of passing parameters to your pipeline jobs. Like we can, but majority of the cases we can do it on like a freestyle. But if you want to do the pipeline, I mean like these choice parameters, it can be do like this. I mean it can be done like this. Is it clear how to pass the parameters on pipeline?
Yes, sir.
Clear.
Okay. Now we are going to discuss one more thing that is called as your post like a user input functionality. For example, let's assume I have two stages. This is my stage one and this is my stage two. Okay. If I want to give input or else if you want to take permission for it, how I can do it. For example, it is going to print hi message for me. It is going to print hello message for me. Okay. So you can declare a stage, you can set a permission for this. So that means if hi is executed, then it will wait for the permission from the user. So once the user gives the permission, then it is going to execute the stage two. If the user does not give the permission to execute stage 2, it is not going to execute. Is it clear concept?
Sir, can you tell once again?
Okay. Let's assume two stages, guys. This is the stage 1 and stage 2. Okay. Normally, what we are doing, we are giving some command here and we are giving some other command here. So these two stages are executed directly, right? Without any interruption.
Yes, sir.
Now I want to set some permission for this. Okay. If I give permission only, then stage 2 needs to be executed. Okay. Initially there is no permission part, but now I want to set some permission part for it. So how I can do it by using pipeline? Let me tell you. Go with the configuration part. Okay. Like remove all of this. Here you can see like this stage. Okay. So first of all, I am going to copy this from here. But before going to that, let me create a stage here. So we can do it on script or declarative no matter which pipeline. So pipeline agent any pages
Step.
Stage 1. Okay. On stage 1, I am going to execute a step called like you can use echo hello. Okay. So the stage 2 is like it will be going to be this format. So what is the name of stage 2 here?
Continue.
And what is the block here?
Input.
Input. So if you execute this one, the stage 1 is executed. What will you get the output of stage 1? Stage 1 output.
Hello. Echo hello.
Yeah, you will get the output of hello. So after executing a stage 1, it will ask me to continue. Like it is asking me, like, do we need to continue for stage 2 as well? If I give input as yes, then it is only going to be execute this stage 2. What is the stage 2 consist of step?
IO.
So first of all, let's try to do this one practically, then you will get an understanding. So click on build with parameters 1, like build, it will be gone. Like we have changed this one, right? So it is not showing. But anyways, like let's try to do this on some other thing. Like previously we haven't cleared that initially. So let me try to do this on some other point here. Control C. New item. Pipeline. 2. Save. So see, how many number of stages we have now? Initially?
0.
2 stages. Like no, I am talking about this script, guys. This script consists of how many stages?
2
Stage
stages.
number 1 is able to give the bill now. See what will happen. Initially, stage 1 will execute directly. Wait a second. I think there is something missing on it. So on stage 4, like we are saving some errors. Okay. Unknown stage selection step. Starting with version 0.5, step in a stage must be in steps. Okay, got it.
Braces.
No, give me a second. So the thing is, here we are getting two steps, not step. Okay, that's the only error that we are getting. If we click on save, if we give bill now, see what will happen. If we give refresh, see, this is going to execute. We go for the console output. What is asking us? We go for the console output. What is asking that?
Can we continue?
One. Click on this one. Then only we are going to execute this one. Just click on it. Just click this ones. Then you will directly automatically able to get the output. Is it done or not?
Done.
Success.
Yeah. So this is the way to do it. Is it clear now? Again, this thing you can do it from here as well. But initially, let me tell you why this happened. Okay. So this stage 3 is running now. So it is continuing. Like it will ask me the permission now. If you go here, still what is saying that? Is it showing anything for us? Pipeline 2. Go for here. Go for the console output. Again, the same thing is asking or not.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Again, click on yes, we can continue. So that only we are able to print it. So approved by whom? Whom it is? It's been approved by
Sheikh.
Sheikh. So that means you are having two stages here. The stage one is completed and it is asking the permission for stage two to complete. Once you give the permission, then only it is going to execute, right?
Execute.
So this is the way of doing it. Is it clear for all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is also showing that like we have waited 45 seconds to do it. See, it is paused by how many seconds?
45 seconds.
45 seconds. So like this. Like by using this kind of pipelines, we can set the permissions for as well. Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear. Can you have if else also in that one stage?
Sorry?
Can you have if else statements also as part of the script?
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Like, but that thing we are not going to cover, but definitely can do it. Okay. So now I'm going to give some other steps as well. Like, let me clear this off initially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 0 and below. So we are going to discuss something called as post-build actions now, like pre-build, post-build, and all some other stuff. So I'm going to this one configuration part. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 800. Set. I'm just executing this normal build one more time. This failed. Okay. Anyways, like this is not important for us. I'm going to the presentation part now. See, on presentation, it is showing that like what is the meaning of this initial one? Can anyone tell me what it is up to now? Up to this one. We are going to build
Stages.
Print hello world.
So it will going to be print only hello world. Okay. On post build actions. Post build means after this build is done, post build actions like always, like no matter which you are going to execute, it is going to be print like this will be printed anyway. So that means once execution of this job is done, what we are going to do?
Post.
What we are going to do? What is going to print?
Anyway.
It is going to be printed anyway. Okay, let's do this on practical in some test cases. Like more of this understanding in this theoretical part is once you are doing it on practical way, you will have a clear understanding. So let me create a new pipeline for it, or else like we can use the existing one. Configure. I am going to delete all of this. So can anyone tell me like how to change the pipeline syntax to print hello world? Declaration.
Print pipeline.
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 Agent any.
Any.
Stages.
Pages.
Hmm.
Stage.
Dates.
H.
Okay, man.
One.
Stage 1.
Okay.
Steps.
Yes. Next.
Echo.
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 Hello.
Hello.
So I am executing this simple pipeline. This simple pipeline only. So click on execute like build. It is directly going to be execute this hello world. It will be printed like it is done, right?
Yes, sir.
So, but the thing is, once this job is execution is done, I need to create a file for every time, like or else like everything, like we can print the message also. So for the every time, if a pipeline is generated successfully, I need to print a message. Okay, if this pipeline is generated, so for every pipeline generation, whether it might be failed or successful. Okay, so if this failed, if these are successful, no matter if a job is printed, if a job is done, I mean, sorry, if a pipeline is executed, then I need to run some echo command called like the job is done. Okay, how I can do it? Give the command it as first of all we are going to do it as post. Okay, if you observe something, the same thing we are following. Post and here tag we are giving it as always. Always means whether it is successful or failed. it doesn't matter. Even if it's success or even if it fail, it is always going to be print some message in this way. So I'm going to give it as post always echo the job is or else the pipeline is executed. So remember one thing, guys. So post build action is something you are going to do after the build is done. So this means after this build is executed, so what it is going to print me?
Plain is ex-
The pipeline is executed. So click on save and go for build now. So let's see what will happen. What is showing to me?
Error.
So go for the logs once. Hello world is done. Okay, hello world we have done. But had the post build executed for us?
No.
No. Let's go for the console output and see what happened. Showing me
Post.
no DSL method post. So post is nothing but like it is telling that there is no such method called post. But the thing is we need to execute from post only. If you observe something, are we able to give anything extra from this?
No.
No. But why it is failed? Everything we have given correctly, right?
Yes.
We didn't find the post method.
Hmm?
We didn't find the post method. We need to mention somewhere, I guess.
Okay, we need to mention where.
Inside the pipeline only we have to mention post, sir.
And why?
No, inside pipe, see, post is something it is done after pipeline execution. So that means pipeline need to be executed first. Give some space here.
I have one question.
I have given some space here.
I have three stages in a pipeline.
Okay.
So I want to execute my post section if the stage 2 only fails. Is that we can define?
Sorry. Tell me.
I have 3 stages in my pipeline. Okay.
Okay.
I want to execute my post section for failure only for stage 2.
Okay, let's do this. So
yeah,
stage 1 and stage 2.
Stage 3.
This is stage 2. Okay, and I am going to copy this for stage 3 as well. Here I am going to rename this stage 2 as stage 3 and here also stage 3. Okay, so everything is perfect. So what you want now exactly?
So if stage 2 fails only, I need to execute my post section.
Okay. So if stage 2 is going to be failure, like you are asking, that it need to be fail, right? So if I giving this ICA, if I am giving see what will happen.
But
You save here and build now.
ultimately it will fail, but I don't know which stage it is failing right here.
So for that purpose, like what we can do is you can declare these stage names by using variables. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, got it.
In that case, like it is pretty much simple, right? We can do it
Yes,
easily.
yeah, got it.
Yeah,
no problem.
cool.
Thank you.
So that's about pipeline concept, guys. And one more thing, like I will show you, like this is the last one for the pipeline concept. If you want to integrate with Jenkins on pipeline mode, how it can be done is go for the configuration mode, remove all these stages, first of all. Okay. Remove all these stages and write a new one. You can do it on scripted or declarative. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to save this and I'm going to build initially. Like here, I haven't defined anything. I just gave a build, simple build. So you can do it on 2 ways. You can do it on scripted or declarative. So I'm going to follow the scripted for now. So scripted is node. And here we can give stage. So the stage name is like I am giving it as Git. Stage name I'm giving it as Git. You can give stage name, stage 1 also. Open the brace here. So if you want to integrate Git with Jenkins, what you need initially? GitHub repo, right? So take this GitHub repo, copy this code from here, and we need to have some pipeline syntax to integrate with it. So how to generate the pipeline syntax for it? Pipeline syntax.
Below we have, right, pipeline.
Go for the pipeline syntax, select the Git here, and give the repository URL and generate pipeline script. So it is directly going to generate the pipeline script from here, copy it from here and paste it over here. If you directly save and build now, see what will happen. So what is our stage name?
Git.
If you go for the logs, are we able to see it or not now? Is the integration of Git with Jenkins done or not?
Yeah.
Done.
So this is the way to do it. And if I want to add timestamp for it, like I'm not sure at what time it is working, I want to add timestamp, how we can do it? Go for the configuration part. There is something like here, triggering policy and build periodically. And I think like it will be on freestyle. I think so. Discord, not on tell bills. Quiet SM advance. Okay, not this one. Like this can be done on like freestyle. I think so. So this is the way of integration Git with Jenkins on using pipeline. Is it clear or not? Like integration of Git with Jenkins on pipeline concept.
Yeah.
I have two questions. Now. Can I?
Sure, definitely.
So we have Jenkins file, right? So we created a Jenkins file, right? So
Yeah.
I see the execution can be done from top to bottom, right? Always.
Yes.
Okay. So what is the difference between job and pipeline?
So on job and pipeline is like if you are working on these both things, see, if I create a job, let me ask you a question. On pipeline, if you go for the pipeline, are we able to do this stage or not?
Yeah, we have stages and steps also in pipeline.
Yeah, but if you go for the freestyle, are we seeing
Let's
any
do this one
pipeline
another way.
stages? Okay. Is
Go
there
for
any
the configuration
part? Give this one back, and instead of echo, give it as ika. Okay, instead of echo, give it as ika. Save now. Build now. See what will happen. This is again failed, but are we able to print the message or not this time? Post declaration actions.
Yes, it's printed.
Yeah. So previously we have done something mistake and both of them is not printed. But we have failed the job intentionally. I mean failed the pipe intentionally. But are we able to still this post declarative action or not?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. You can ask me, sir, why it is happened? Because previously what you have done is you have completely like devasted the syntax. That means it is not going to execute. But if you give the syntax correctly and these names and numbers as some other format, is it going to happen or not? Second case, we have given the syntax correctly, but we have given these letters in different way. So that means the job is failed, but still are we able to print this post action or not?
Yes.
So that's the only difference.
Yeah. For why we are giving the A, that means it's going to be a different way.
Yes, going to be different, but yet we are able to print the post actions. Okay. So this is the like test case that we need to observe while practicing this one. And we are going to like do this on some other ways. Like if you want to print when the pipeline is a failure, or if you want to print only when the pipeline is like a successful, how we can do this? If we give always, then what is meaning for? If we give always,
Print even
Fail or success.
if we give failure, okay, if we give failure, then what it is means?
build got failed.
Like it is going to print when the build is failed. If you give success, then it is going to print me when the build is successful only. Is it clear?
Yes.
That's the difference. So let's try to remove something anyway from here. Like see, I am going to remove. Like if I give build now, it will going to build now. Like see, it is going to be printed. So if you see the 11, is the 11 printed or not successfully?
Printed.
So go for the configuration part, and what my test case for you is like I am going to remove always here, and I want to give failure. Okay. So if you give failure here, okay, what will happen now? The output?
The build failed.
The build failed.
No, sir.
The post not be executed.
Yes, exactly. If you give build now, see what will happen. So bill number 12 is done, but the post declaration action executed or not?
No.
No. Why it haven't executed?
Because stage one is success.
Yes, because I am telling that on post actions, just print this message when the job is failed. But is the job failed here?
No.
No. The job is successful. So that means, is it going to execute or not now?
Executed.
It is not going to execute. So like this. But if I give here success, and if I give here instead of echo, like Ika, what is going to happen now?
Fail.
No fail.
So that means whether this declaration action is coming or not. It will come or not. That's my question. Like it will be confusing for you initially, but you will get to know on the practice.
No.
If we give bill now, see the post actions won't come, right? Why it haven't come to us?
Because it is failure.
Success. Because we have given successful. So this whether this once this job is successful, then only I am telling that to print this message. But have this job successfully executed to me?
No.
No. So that means it is not going to print for me. Simple.
Sir,
like
other than Eka, is there any chance to fail that stage one?
Sorry.
Other than Eka, is there any chance to fail?
Yeah, sure. You can you can give it as steps instead of like remove the steps and give the step. Give save. Bill now. So what happened to me 14 bill? Failure or not? So like this. But like, remember
one
one thing, there are two types. Like if we go for the syntactic error,
I have
syntactic
one
error
question.
will won't give.
I have three stages in a pipeline.
Okay.
So I want to execute my post section if the stage 2 only fails. Is that we can define?
Sorry. Tell me again.
I have 3 stages in my pipeline. Okay.
Okay.
I want to execute my post section for failure only for stage 2.
Okay, let's do this. So
Yeah.
Stage 1 and stage 2.
Stage 3.
This is stage 2. Okay, and I'm going to copy this for stage 3 as well. Here I'm going to rename this stage 2 as stage 3 and here also stage 3. Okay, so everything is perfect. So what you want now exactly?
So if stage 2 fails only, I need to execute my post section.
Okay. So if stage 2 is going to be failure, like you are asking, that it need to be fail, right? So if I'm giving this Ika, if I'm giving it, see what will happen.
But
You save here and bill now.
ultimately it will fail, but I don't know which stage it is failing right here.
So for that purpose, like what we can do is you can declare these stage names by using variables. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, got it.
In that case, like it is pretty much simple, right? We can do
Yes,
it easy.
yes. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
No problem. Thank you.
So that's about pipeline concept, guys. And one more thing, like I will show you, like this is the last one for the pipeline concept. If you want to integrate with Jenkins on pipeline mode, how it can be done is go for the configuration mode, remove all these stages, first of all. Okay. Remove all these stages and write a new one. You can do it on scripted or declarative. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to save this and I'm going to build initially. Like here, I haven't defined anything. I just gave a build, simple build. So you can do it on two ways. You can do it on scripted or declarative. So I'm going to follow the scripted for now. So scripted is node. And here we can give stage. So the stage name is like I am giving it as Git. Stage name I'm giving it as Git. You can give stage name, stage 1 also. Open the brace here. So if you want to integrate Git with Jenkins, what you need initially? GitHub repo, right? So take this GitHub repo, copy this code from here, and we need to have some pipeline syntax to integrate with it. So how to generate the pipeline syntax for it? Pipeline syntax.
Below we have, right, pipeline.
Go for the pipeline syntax, select the Git here, and give the repository URL and generate pipeline script. So it is directly going to generate the pipeline script from here, copy it from here and paste it over here. If you directly save and build now, see what will happen. So what is our stage name?
Git.
If you go for the logs, are we able to see it or not now? Is the integration of Git with Jenkins done or not?
Yeah.
Done.
So this is the way to do it. And if I want to add timestamp for it, like I'm not sure at what time it is working. I want to add timestamp. How we can do it? Go for the configuration part. There is something like here triggering policy build periodically, and I think like it will be on freestyle. I think so. Discord, not on tell bills. Quiet SM advance. Okay, not this one. Like this can be done on like freestyle. I think so. So this is the way of integration Git with Jenkins on using pipeline. Is it clear or not? Like integration of Git with Jenkins on pipeline concept.
Yeah.
I have two questions. Can I?
Sure, definitely.
So we have Jenkins file, right? So we created a Jenkins file, right? So
Yeah.
I see the execution can be done from top to bottom, right? Always.
Yes.
Okay. So what is the difference between job and pipeline?
So on job and pipeline is like if you are working on these both things, see, if I create a job, let me ask you a question. On pipeline, if you go for the pipeline, are we able to do this stage or not?
Yeah, we have stages and steps also in pipeline.
Yeah, but if you go for the freestyle, are we seeing any pipeline stages?
Yeah, I got
Is
it.
there any graph?
And what is this any agent?
So that will come for your next part. Like actually agent we haven't set up yet. If we go for this Jenkins dashboard, there is something called as manage Jenkins nodes. So go for my Jenkins. Okay. If we go here, manage nodes and clouds, click on it. There is only one built-in node. So here you can add something node. That node will be your agent. It is what we call as master and slave concept.
Okay, no problem, sir. Yeah,
Okay.
Thanks
Yeah.
a lot.
Initially, we have just declared agent any. So that means you can execute anywhere you want. But after that, once we are master and slave concept, once we execute, right, we are able to get on which node it will be executed directly.
Okay, yeah, got it. Thank you.
So still any more doubts?
Sir, can you ask admin to send the LML details he's not sharing from last 4 days? He said
Actually, I have sent the LMS details, guys. Like, let me show you. I have sent all these topics. Like, I have sent this Git, Jenkins, Maven, and as well as Ansible also. Okay, but Ansible is I haven't done myself. Let me show you how it is. If we click here, so you are able to redirect this dashboard like this. Okay, but I don't have like any type of admin access to give the permission for you. I can only like directly give the things like presentations like this. But I have don't any actions like if we go for the dashboard also, I don't have any admin badges to give like access from my side. So that need to be confirmed by like management side.
Can you have a word with management and let us know, right? So we are also
Sure,
trying to.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I have sent all these documents, like what are the topics that we haven't covered, like Ansible we haven't covered, right? But I have sent the Ansible document as well. Like, let me have a word with them and like, let me try to access from their end.
Yeah, that's a great help for us. Yeah, thank you.
Sure, definitely. Like if it is on my hands, like it won't be like this much delay. I could have done this far more even.
Yeah.
Okay. And like for only today we have online class guys. From tomorrow onwards, like this will be offline. Like I think any offline guys attending daily. Today
attended, sir. Today.
Okay, like let's try to understand. If I try to explain the same concept on offline and try to explain the same concept on online, like what is the difference? Are you able to get easily on offline or online?
Offline is easy.
Offline, sir.
Offline is very easy, right? So that's the only difference, guys. Like if you try to attend classes from online, you will able to get, but offline is something different. And one more thing is, offline classes, I mean, like what are the classes that I'm taking offline, right? The guys who are from offline haven't asked me single doubt till now. So that means like they are getting each and every detail clarity. So what are the topics that I'm explaining, right? So that will be very clarified for them. And if there is any chance to attend offline classes, so please try to attend offline. Like it will be much more helpful for you for better purpose of understanding.
Yes, sir.
Now the daily offline classes like have got the flavor of how online will be, right?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not in. I'm joining online.
Okay, like if you're not from local, like you can join from online. But like I'm talking about local guys, like local guys
Okay,
who are
okay.
able to get to offline. Like I'm asking to come to offline. Like it will be much
All right, sir.
better for them as well. So, any more doubts or queries for today's class?